Okay, hi guys. So we're here today to do my recap video and ranking of all of the pilot trailers for GMM 2026 lineup. First thing I would like to say is these are all my opinions, okay? I'm gonna be respectful as possible, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like of course, I don't want to bring hate, but it's some shows that I don't think I'm excited for and stuff like that. And just this is how my ranking is going. So like, please, this is my opinion or whatever. So I'm gonna go through all of the shows. So this video is gonna be pretty long. I'm trying to hurry up and stop because I don't want it to be longer than it needs to be. So I would have to say I think that they did a good job in my personal opinion. I'm not mad about the amount of projects there are. It makes total sense. I don't know why people keep. Where did I put my girl? What my? I don't know. Well, it's on the screen. I don't need it. Why so many people are mad about the number of projects there are? This just makes sense. I don't know how y'all. I don't get it because like it's like people will complain and say, "Oh my God, GMM has too many artists. They have like all these artists, but not enough shows." So then when they make enough shows to where most of their newer artists and even older artists have work, y'all still mad. I just don't get it. So I'm gonna start off with the head shows, the GLs. Then we gonna go get into the BLs. So I think the number one head show that I'm super excited for is High and Low, and I think I'm gonna watch the original because this is a remake of a Japanese show, just to see. But I'm like super excited. First of all, just from the pilot alone, we already know the budget is about to be budgeting. The budget is about to be crazy, insane. All of the actors in it, I'm like really excited to see all of them work together and the dynamic. The fact that I never in my life thought I would see Perth, Cow, Pond. I'm trying to remember everybody. The Nanin, Ooh. Who else is there? Barcode is it? Yeah, Barcode is in this. C. I forgot who else. All of them in one fucking show together. Sky and Nani is in this. Mark is in it. Joss is in it. Oh, who was the other person in Nanan and Pond's gang? Oh, I forgot. Oh my god. There's a third person in their gang. Winnie. Winnie's in it, but he's not the third person in the gang. Who's the third person in the gang? I know it's Nan and Pond. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh my god, who am I missing? Because Joss's gang is Joss, ooh. No, I keep saying ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh, Jesus, too many oohs. Joss, ooh, Barcode. I know Winnie and Sky are in one gang together. I mean, Winnie and Nani. Sky, Cowtongue, Perth, Mark are in one gang. C, for some odd reason, is by himself. I would like to know what's that about. And who I don't remember. Oh, fucking oh, Titty Yeah. I did not expect to see them all in one show, and the fact that it's action and stuff like that, it's gonna eat. Like I ain't gonna lie, I think I'm most excited for Pawn. This is about to be crazy. We're about to see him play like we've always been used to seeing Pawn playing like such like sweet, nice characters. This is the first time he really about to be like acting a fool, and I'm just like, ooh. So I'm really excited about that. Now, my second is Scarlet Heart Thailand, and I have similar thoughts about High and Low and Scarlet Heart. That's why I'm gonna say what I'm about to say first. Then I want to talk about what I want to say. So for Scarlet Heart, of course, this was announced last year for 2024 Part Two, right? And I don't understand why everybody's confused as to why we're just not getting a pilot trailer. This literally is GMM. First of all, both High and Low and Scarlet Heart Thailand are really huge productions for them. Most likely High and Low has a lower budget, but it's still going to be one of their big is one of their biggest project basically for next year. That's why it was announced last. But since Scarlet Heart Thailand has like it's a story that's been redone, so they had to buy the rights. I mean, they had to buy the rights to High and Low too, but Scarlet Heart is a bit different, and then also it's like it's a historical drama. So obviously, historical dramas usually have higher like cost than modern dramas because of the costumes, the filming locations, all that. So all that makes sense, right? So I don't know why people are confused because bitch, we not getting High and Low until like 227. We don't get it to 227. I don't know why people are mad about it taking a while. It's like I don't get it. fans will want high production and like quality and all that, but then they want it within like a year at most. Y'all don't understand that most of these big projects that are such nice quality, and then eventually when y'all see it, y'all talk about how good the budget is, how all that, it takes years. I'm gonna keep using Kim Jura as an example. Kim Jura took 3 years to make Bid. 3 years. It took them a full year to actually film it. It's just that the Monday airs the show while they're still filming, but it took 3 years for that project to come to life and everything. And y'all talk about how good it is and how, oh my god, all other shows should be like this, but then y'all complain when the show take more than a year to come out. So I don't get that. And I'm also really irritated about what I said this in one of my in high and low pilot trailer reaction, right? But I didn't have time to elaborate on what I said. I don't like how some BL fans want to gatekeep these boys. They feel like they should only act in BLs, and it's because they want to just what is the word I'm trying to think of? They just want to satisfy their fantasy. They only want to see their fave with their partner. That's it. They don't want to see them do anything else outside of it. And I feel like that's dumb because it doesn't allow these boys to explore other things if they want to, and they're allowed to. Like, do y'all not know? The casting makes perfect sense to me, especially for high and low, because I feel like everybody that's in high and low, they've either done action before or it's obvious that they want to do something like that. That's why like I'm so excited for Pon, because we've never seen Pon do anything like this, but like, you know, he's gonna have fun. I don't know why y'all want to try to limit them to making these choices just because you only want to see them with their partner. That's it. And then especially because I said this before, this is a high budget show. High and Low is obviously the highest budget show for the GMM 2026 lineup. And again, you know what a higher budget means? Higher pay for the actors. If a project has a really big budget, that's not only going to give them better exposure, they're going to have better pay. And again, when y'all realize that these are these boys' jobs at the end of the day, y'all will think like me. This is their jobs. Acting is their main job. They do other stuff outside of this, which I'm going to get on that in a second when I talk a little bit more about Scarlet Heart. But their main job is acting, right? And so, I don't know, usually they're going to have one BL a year, right? So you want to have one job a year? That's it? You just want to have one job a year and just get paid off of that when you have bills that you got to pay every month? Like, I don't understand why people don't get that. And then it's like, everyone's like, oh, we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. You don't need it. Fans that watch not only just BL, but other like shows outside of BL, we are excited and it's going to eat. That's kind of the same thing that I wanted to say about Scarlet Heart, because like a lot of people are mad more so. I don't even want to say Gemini 4th stands. I don't want to say it's Kunus. I want to say it's just annoying people, or even low-key solos. Like, technically, yes, they have a similar problem. I saw it all over Twitter. They were mad because Ticket to Heaven isn't going to come out until next year, which, first of all, I keep saying this. Literally, at the event last year, P. Off literally said it was not going to come out until 2026. He literally said it was not going to come out until after Ford finishes filming Scarlet Heart and Gemini finishes filming The Dark Dice, which y'all know The Dark Dice have premiered, everything, all that. And you have people that are like, oh my god, that's not fair, because what about Perth and Pooin and Force? I think there were only 3, right, that were filming other shows simultaneously. First of all, you want your fave to have to film multiple shows at once? It's a lot. I witnessed it last year when Pooin had to film We Are at the same time as Summer Night. It's not good. They're always fucking tired. They're overworking themselves realistically to get this, and it's like y'all don't get that, or y'all don't care because you want your fantasy to be satisfied. That's it. And especially Fourth, why are we acting like Gemini 4th aren't the biggest CP under GMM? They're booked and busy. They have a lot of work. Like, even like with Perth and Pooin, right, they're amongst the top popular ships too in GMMTV, but it's way worse for Fourth. It's way worse. He's always doing some type of event, something like that. And so then people are like, oh my god, like, if GMM would just stop with having them go on a tour, or because they said, I think Gemini 4 said they're gonna, well, it's not think, they're gonna go on another concert tour next year, and everyone's like, oh my god, if they just had them not focus on that, then we could get Ticket to Heaven. Again, are y'all gonna pay their bills? Are y'all gonna give them some money to pay their bills? If not, shut up. I don't understand why y'all don't understand that these are all job opportunities for them. This is all going to make them money. This is their main income. And so when you get another opportunity to make a bag and go on a world tour, aren't you going to take it? Yes. Okay, so yes, we want Ticket to Heaven. Yes, Ticket to Heaven is going to be good, but that's one project compared to all of these other things that they have the opportunities to do. I don't know why people are mad about that. How are you going to be mad because Gemini 4th, they're going on tour? Money. That's their job. They're going to get paid. Why would they not take that opportunity? And I don't want to say this, but we have to be low-key realistic in this situation. We all know that Ford's father passed away. May he rest in peace. So in a way, I'm sorry to say, Ford may feel, and I'm not saying he has to before anybody says anything, because I hate when people, like fans like me, understand this when it comes to things and that everyone takes it the wrong way and get all mad. I'm not saying he has to. I'm not saying he's being forced to. I'm not saying nothing, but all I'm saying is he said he wants to. He wants to be able to take care of his family, okay? And so it's, getting more opportunities like this is going to bring in better income for him and give him that opportunity to be able to be, if he wants to, the head of household. Because I hate when we say stuff like that and then you have fans that take it too far and then they start attacking like the family and stuff like that. Because I remember that happened with June last year when we were pretty much saying the same thing, and then Weirdos was attacking his mom or whatever. But it's like, it's more of a cultural thing too. He's the only son, you know what I'm saying? And he's the older one. So it's like, it's similar with Pond. June, and Fourth are in a very similar situation. So it's like, I don't know why y'all don't understand that they have themselves to take care of, but also their families. It's not like they're just living by themselves in an apartment and they don't have much going on. Or even if they are, Gemini got his own house. Gemini got a big ass house. That costs money. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why y'all want these boys to limit themselves to just doing 1 BL a year and that's it. Like, y'all don't want them to do fan meets. Y'all don't want them to do concerts. Y'all don't want them to... That's what pays their bills. This is their fucking job, okay? So that's what I would have to say about those two things, because I saw people complaining, because people are already complaining about high and low. So I'm like, we didn't need that. This is a really big opportunity for our faves, especially, like, first of all, oh my God, it just blew my mind, because, like, Nanon, Perth, Sky, because he did F4. Is that it? I think just those three, like, they've already starred in these big projects for GMMTV. Everybody else, this is their first opportunity where they're starring in such a big production, and it's like, I feel like as fans, we should be happy for them and proud of them, because I know Pawn is probably like, bitch, what? Like, let's go. So I'm happy for them. But with Scarlet Heart Thailand, I'm really, really excited for that. Like, I did not watch the original. I tried to. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of older, and I was just like, but I might read the book, because it's not, it's technically not based on the other shows. It's based off the original work, right? Okay, so I don't know. I feel like my thoughts are everywhere, but I'm trying to get through. Okay, so I have similar thoughts on Mr. Kill and Arrested Action. So, of the head shows, those two are bromance shows. So, for my initial reaction for Mr. Kill, I was excited, and that's more so because of Do. But I had my thoughts about Arrested Action and about Sky Nani, and it's literally the same with Do and T. It's just, I feel like I'm being drawn in a bit because of my love for Do, but it's like, realistically, it's the same thought. I do like the plot line, everything like that. I love a good murder mystery. It's gonna be good. But again, I said this, a little bit of this, and I see a lot of other people feel the same way as I do. And it's the truth. I don't like that we're starting to lean more into these romance ships. It already was bad enough with Sky and Nani, and I don't care what anyone says. It is. I said this. I'm not saying that Sky and Nani have to do a BL. If they don't want to do BL, that is their choice. But why did they... From a company that profits mainly off of BLs, because obviously we can see there's only 6 hetero shows, 8 GLs, and 23 BLs. Um, doing bromance is definitely a choice. I feel like we can say this without people taking it as disrespect to Sky Nani and then now Do T, but we have to have an honest conversation about how when they saw how they could profit off of BL stan culture and the BL fans without actually having to do a real BL, of course they decided to stick with that. I don't know why we're acting like that's not what's happening here. They're literally promoting them like a ship, right? Even though they technically have things separate, but the fans don't see it that way. The fans see it as Sky Nani. They don't consider it separate. And when you say this, they get mad and they start getting defensive, but it's literally the truth. They're not a real ship. They are two actors that are doing bromance together, which is nothing wrong with that. But in a day and age where we have BL being so popular and so mainstream, at least in Thailand, right? And you could easily do it. I don't know why people are just acting like it's wrong to point that out. And somebody said it on TikTok best. They said they don't like bromance because they feel like they're profiting off of the image of a BL without actually having to, actually do romantic scenes with another man, kiss them, do whatever, and have that stigma that comes with being a BL actor. And I said, it's the truth. It's the truth. And it's like, it irritates me very slightly. I said this last time in my pilot, in a reaction to the pilot trailer of Arrest in Action, how I don't like how there's some Sky Nani fans that like to use that as a flex. Like they'll be like, oh, my fave didn't even have to do a BL, and well, yeah, because you're a BL fan that's shipping them. It's the same, but they are an actual ship. You're putting money in their pockets and supporting them like they are a BL ship, but they aren't a BL ship, and that's perfectly fine. But I also don't like when we talk about, like, when people do like rankings for like BL ships and stuff like that, people always put Sky Nani there, but they're not in a BL. And I remember last year, this is actually so funny. I got into an argument with somebody online about Sky Nani. We were basically having the same conversation because I'm not gonna lie, I like them a bit more now, but when I tell you when they first came out, I did not like it. I did not like it because I did not like it because of this, and because the fans were fucking annoying as fuck. And someone was arguing with me because they were like, no, somebody was like Nani and Do Nani, right? Because before Nani was shipped with Sky, he was heavily shipped with Do, right? So a lot of people, somebody said that, and someone was like, no, no Do Nani, Sky Nani only, Sky Nani, that's not Sky Nani, Jesus, it's early in the morning right now, Sky Nani only, Sky Nani is the real ship. And I was like, they're both fucking fake ships. They're both not real ships. What are you talking about? It's the same situation. They're both just bromance ships. And they were arguing me, no, Sky Nani is real, and when they do a BL together, they gonna have that BL next year, and you gonna be laughing. I said, they're not doing a BL, girl. They're not doing a BL. They don't want to do BL, and it's okay. I was like, they're not. I was like, that's not a real ship. And he was arguing with me bad, talking about how they are a ship and they just haven't had the opportunity to do BL yet. They're about to be on their third show together because they're filming Woo right now and then Arrest in Action. They're not doing BL, and everyone's like, oh, we don't know what it is. Yes, we do. It was announced during the hetero shows. It's not a BL. It's not, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying it's wrong for them to do that, because at the end of the day, if something's not broken, don't fix it. But we have to have an honest conversation about how fans' delusions put money in these boys' pockets. And that's okay. But, like, I feel like it's okay, like, well, no, because people could do the same thing with Do and T. They say, they're like, oh, they're dating each other. So I was convinced, y'all had me convinced that they were actually going to do a BL together. But when I saw it was a bromance, at first I was just like, but then I was like, oh my God, dude. But it's like, it's not good either. It's the same exact situation. Like, why are you doing a bromance in a day and age where we can do BL? And it's like, I'm going to watch Mr. Kill because of Do. Like, it's really because of Do. Like, and I feel bad saying that because it is the same situation as Arrest in Action, but I do love Do. I do, so I'm gonna watch it, but it's a very similar situation. I don't know why people are acting like it's wrong to feel that way or it's wrong to say that, but it's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't treat them like a BL ship. They are profiting like a BL ship and all this, and then when it comes down to it, you like to try to quote unquote one up other BL ship fans by saying that's why they don't have to kiss each other to be famous. Well, yeah, because think about it, you're living off of crumbs. Most of us don't live off of crumbs. We at least get to see our faves do the BL together. You're which is nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying this is like I don't get it. But I just feel like I talked too long about that. That whatever. My fourth favorite show that I'm looking forward to was Overdose. And again, very similar murder mystery. I'm loving that we're starting to do more of those. And 2 is the female lead, so I'm really excited about that. Again, Sky and Nani are in it. Well, not Sky and Nani, Jesus, Sky and Nanan. And then there's a whole bunch. I saw Mew Mew. Mitch was in there. I forgot who else. It just feels like a fever dream. I forgot who was, but I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna be really good. I'm just wondering, like, I wonder how many episodes it's gonna be, like all of that. But I will be reacting to it when it comes out, and then I will have to say, even though I'm still a bit excited, my least favorite of the pilot trailers for the hetero shows was Surf and Love, and that's just because I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm most excited for S when it comes to that. Like, I'm like so excited to see him there. Like, he was really getting me in that project. I was just like, oh my god, S, oh my god, what are you doing? Like, but we all know he's gonna be a second male lead, so I'm definitely gonna have heavy second male lead syndrome. So that's all I have to say about the hetero shows, and I talk for 20 minutes just on 6 shows, and we still have so many to get through. I'm so sorry. Y'all know I just be like babbling, and I feel like when I do these types of videos, I literally just say it at the top of my head, so I just be talking, I just be like, what I'm talking about again? It's not good, I'm sorry. So for GLs, the one I'm looking forward to the most is Moonshadow. I think very much so. I said this last year, in my personal opinion of the new GL pilot trailers that we got from, was it 2024 part 2? Us was the one I was looking forward to the most to, so it's like funny that I haven't reacted to it yet, but I'm going to, because when it came out, like I said, I was just watching so much shit. I was just like, I'm not watching that right now, but I'm going to start watching next week. So Amy and Bonnie, I think definitely are just like becoming my favorite GL ship. They, two years in a row, they've had the best pilot trailers, I think, in my opinion. Moonshadow looks so freaking good. Like, it's just so funny, because since I've been watching so many GLs, I kept saying how I get stressed about toxic because a lot of the GLs are toxic, but I'm like ready to see them in that dynamic. It's gonna be so good. Like, it just looks so good. The fact that Bonnie is playing a freaking sugar baby, let's go fall in love with her sugar mama. Like, I was like, ooh, and then film being there to be third party is crazy. It's gonna be good. Now, I'm so thrown off now, because originally my second favorite of the pilot trailers was her, right? I was loving the whole thing where I assumed that first the storyline was Junior obviously is gonna be with A. They're engaged, they have their wedding, and then he finds her with her stepdad, which is so disgusting. That is real wild. And then I thought that the stepdad stabbed him, right, and he died. And somehow, some way, he like took over Namtan's body, and that's how Namtan got there. But I just got other information, and I was just like, I didn't know that what that was about. So apparently, the real storyline is that Junior, when the stepdad, this is, Jesus, I don't know. This is so bad. It's so problematic, like the way that GMMTV is actually handling it so far. So I get why people are upset. But basically, the author, I think, was it the author came out? I ain't gonna lie, I don't know much about it. I just saw a video about it, like literally right before I started filming this. Apparently, the story is actually about a trans woman. So apparently Junior's character transitions into a woman and seeks her revenge from her ex. But the way that they presented it in the pilot trailer made it seem like Junior died and then somehow, some way ended up in Namtan's body. And then now they're like saying that, because I don't know, it's just, I'm confused like how they're doing it. So like a lot of people are mad because they're like, they could have casted a trans actress to play the female lead, and I was just like, yeah, because GMM does have some trans women actresses. Mainly, I'm not gonna, I think I know Peakoff and Peakoji, but that's all that I know of. And so a lot of people were mad about that, and I was just like, yeah, I was like so confused because I really did not get that from the pilot trailer, and I was like, yeah. But then it's also like a lot of people are like mad because the whole storyline of her only transitioning for revenge. I don't know. It's a lot going on, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. I wonder how they gonna handle that. So I don't know if I would say this is my second favorite no more, because I don't know how this is gonna be handled. It's very easy to mishandle this, and that's gonna result in a lot of shit going down. So we will see. So, my third favorite pilot trailer for the GLs was Oxytoxin. I don't know any of the actresses in it. I swear that I've seen yogurt somewhere. I don't know why I kept saying yogurt. It was too early in the morning. But it seems very interesting. The vibes of it, it's like a fever dream. It's like the way, I don't know, we don't know, because we don't know how this is going to end up afterwards. But from the pilot trailer, it literally was like it was like a dreamy, like, just, that's probably why it's called Oxytoxin. It was like I don't want to say like you on drugs, but like, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was just so like, it felt like fever dream. That's the only way I can explain it, like the vibes of it. And like, I'm telling you, something is going on with the other female lead, the one who jumped in the fucking water. I think she jumped in the water on purpose. I think she tried to take herself out, and her friend found out, and they end up bonding over that, I'm guessing. Of course, it's like, from the trailer, pilot trailer, I don't really understand much of the story, but that makes sense because it's just a concept trailer. We don't have to, but it seems so interesting. It seems really interesting, and it seems like I usually don't like shows that focus more on friendship than it does romance, because I'm a romance girly. But I feel like that's a big part of the story, because again, it does seem like she tried to take herself out. So it seems like she's gonna need that bond with her friends and eventually her love interest to help her through everything like that. And I'm just like, okay, it seems very interesting. Okay, so my fourth favorite was Enemies with Benefits. Now, I don't know why everybody had an issue with this. Maybe people read the book, I'm not sure, because I remember everybody guessed that this would be one of the books that they would adapt into a GL. I saw it on Twitter like a couple weeks ago. People were arguing about it, and they was like, all I kept seeing was, yeah, we don't want Nom Tam Film to have this. We don't want Milk Love to have Enemies Benefits. And I was like, what is that? Like, what is that? And so from the pilot trailer though, I'm very interested, but I don't know what happened in the book. I don't know anything. A lot of people who read the book was like, they did not want their faves to star in this show. But I don't know why. I'm going to do more research after. But based on the pilot trailer alone, I'm kind of excited about it. I did not expect Jane and Jinjing. I remember everybody was arguing online about whether it was Jane P. Ploy or Jinjing P. Ploy, right? I thought it would be Jane and P. Ploy, so I was like, I'm jumping on the Jane and P. Ploy train. But then the fact that it ended up being Jane Jinjing is like wild, and they actually look so good together. I was like, oh, hold up. It really does work. Okay, the chemistry, it's there. Like, they actually look so good together. I'm freaking out. So I'm actually excited about it. We already know it's gonna get on my freaking nerves. They're gonna stress me out. That's probably why people don't like it. It's gonna be so stressful. It's literally called Enemies with Benefits. So we all know that it's gonna take forever for them to actually admit that they have feelings for each other. It's gonna be a lot of misunderstandings. We're gonna be on a roller coaster ride, okay? So then I would say my fifth favorite was Ditto. I'm really excited to see Milk Love play this like darker, like, seems more like a melodrama. Like, yes, it's gonna be romance, but they both seem to be struggling with a lot in their life, and they're gonna have to come together to work with it. I'm very curious about that whole situation where it seems like Milk has a freaking twin, and she was the one that broke freaking Love's character's leg. Like, how is that gonna work? Like, you find out like your love interest sister is the person who injured you, and then people over here playing the freaking main villain. Why is she so obsessed with Love's character? Why is she like, I'm very interested in that. And then I'll have to say, I think I feel very similar about Love's Echoes and Wish Upon a Star. Based on the trailers, they are lower on the list for me. I'm more excited about the ships rather than so far the stories. I hope that they do Love Echoes right, because it's a lot that could go wrong with that, seeing as, she ends up losing her hearing as an adult, and, she has to have a hearing aid and, relearn life, as someone who used to be able to hear and not able to hear anymore. And then Wish Upon a Star, I don't know. I'm kind of excited for it, more so for Pawn, but I was just like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Big love feeling. I think it was my least favorite. I'm not saying it's not gonna be good, but I was just like, while watching the pilot trailer, I am excited for View though. I don't know much about Mem because she is newer, but I know she's her partner. But I'm really more so excited for View because I know her, and so I'm glad she's finally getting her own series. But I'm just like, I don't know. But a lot of people actually that had read the book said that they liked it. I remember they thought that Jane and people were going to be playing in this, and a lot of people were excited for it. So maybe I have to read the book and maybe I would like it. So that was my reaction. Jesus, my opinion on the GLs. Jesus. So now we're gonna get into the BLs. Okay, I have lots of opinions, lots of things I want to say. Look, we're just gonna get into it. This is just how I feel. Okay, so in my personal opinion, the one I'm looking forward to the most is Replay. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm so ready. I love a good ensemble series. Ensemble series always turn out to be some of my favorite. I don't care what nobody say. I don't know why people are acting like ensemble series are a bad thing. If we're being real, we all know that of the BLs, Replay is going to have the biggest budget because it was announced last for the BLs. It's the biggest project that they're going to have. That's usually what GMM does. They announce the bigger budget projects last when it comes to the categories or whatever. So yeah, and plus they have 3 big ships in this show. The budget is gonna be insane. I don't know about Joss Gowan and Tainu's characters. What is it? Not necessarily trope. Oh, I just saw something move. But yes, trope. But their storyline. Yes, their storyline. I have to read about it. But basically, Replay is based off of 3 books that all exist within the same universe. Obviously, we know that freaking Joss, Taze, and Pawn's characters are all friends with each other, and they're dealing with their own stuff. But they each couple has their own books, and it's like gonna be similar to Perfect 10-liners. I don't know why people or I feel like a better example of what it would be like is Love in the Air. How in Love in the Air is based off of 2 different books that were happening simultaneously at the same time, but with the episodes, like think about it, stuff that was happening between Sky and Pea Pie was happening at the same time, right? That it was happening with Rain and Payu. I was like, what's his name again? Rain and Payu. But while it was happening with them, we were focusing on Boss and No first. Then we went to, it's like that. So yes, it all is happening simultaneously at the same time. But during their episodes, we're focusing on what's happening with this specific couple, right? Because I don't know why people aren't understanding that that's how that works. So it's like kind of different than Perfect 10. So I would say more so like Love in the Air, right? And I need to read the synopsis for the other 2 books, but I'm like so excited, especially for Pon and Pooin. Y'all know that at this point, Pon and Pooin has solidified themselves as my number 1 ship. I tried to contain it. I tried to like be like calm down, but I can't. So like I'm so down bad for them. I love them so freaking much. They're about to eat we're gonna finally see them in a toxic love story. This is about to be insane. So apparently the freaking what is it? The storyline for Pon and Pooin's characters in Replay is because it's all called Replay. It's like Replay 1, Replay 2, Replay 3. That's what it is. Is that obviously we see them both being pilots, which I'm so excited to see them play that. Like they look so good in their uniforms. Like I'm just like, oh my god. And they enter into like a friends with benefits type of situation, and people, well, never mind. Well, I mean, I kind of got spoiled to stuff. I was about to say it, but I was about to say it too. They enter like a friends with benefits situation or whatever, and then we all know that Pond is gonna end up in the situation. His character, well, first of all, his character apparently, no, whose character is older? I think they said Pooin's character. Well, based off the book, Pooin's character is older. We don't know if they're gonna change any of it in the show, and we all see him ended up in that situation where he ends up getting like framed for like freaking embezzlement or whatever. But obviously we know that him, Joss, and Tay's characters, they all go back in time and start over. But then because he did that, it ends up falling onto freaking Puin's character. So it's like, it's very crazy. They're gonna have a bit of apparently like a toxic relationship. Like, it's giving that Puin's character falls first, which I said that's the dynamic I wanted so bad with them. I wanted to see it because every single time, which I'm not complaining about because I love it and I eat it up, we see Pawn's character fall first. I'm so happy and so just, ugh. And it would be a toxic love line where Puin's character fall first, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Apparently he falls first, and it's like he wants to be with Plawan, but I don't know what's holding Plawan back, and so that's why he's okay and settles for this whole friends with benefit situation. I ain't gonna lie, I love that scene when he walked up to him. He said, "Where we going?" He said, "My place or yours?" Like, I was like, oh my god. And then that fucking scene where he was like, which do you like better, the takeoff or the landing? I was laughing so fucking hard because I feel like I didn't even need an explanation to know that was an 18 plus joke. I laughed so hard. And the way that at the end of the event, when they were like taking pictures and stuff afterwards and they were sitting on stage, Pond ass was literally standing next to Puin, and P-Taw was next to Puin, and Pond go tell me something and do the thing, and Puin turned around so fast he was like, and I started laughing so hard. He tried to ignore it. I was like, Pond, why would you do that? So I feel like Pond especially is so excited to play these characters, and I'm so excited. Like I said, I need to read into the synopsis for Tay, New, and Joss Gowan's characters, but even just based off of the freaking their professions, I'm so excited. Tay and New as doctors just makes sense, you know? They just give that real mature, like, you know, the vibe. And Joss and Gowan as racers, I think is the best thing that ever happened. I'm so fucking excited. I'm excited. Now, I'm praying, and the whole reason why it's very obvious to us that aren't stupid, okay, that this is going to be the biggest budget BL of next year, and that is going to take a lot of care. Like, we need the screenwriters, all that, to make sure everything is good, is because these is 3 different books adapted into one series, right? So I'm sorry to say, we're going to have to at least do about 10 to 12 episodes per ship. I don't know how many chapters Pond and Puin's book is. I could actually look it up right now because I don't have my girl. Yeah, this is what we about to go on a ride. Okay, we about to do. Yeah, we about to look at this to see how many chapters each book is. Hold on. Ooh. I'm sorry if I start lagging. Sometimes when I be doing multiple stuff, my computer be lagging. Yeah, I forgot. I'm not sharing my screen, so I could do this. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, yeah. So so apparently most of the parts is gonna be like in the point of view of them 3, obviously, because they're the ones that time travel, because it says replay 1 Captain Plawan, replay 2 Dr. Songkran, and replay 3 God JJ. Yeah, so let me see how many chapters each one has. Somebody told me that Joss and Gowan's parts, do they have the name of all their characters? Okay, so Song is Tay, Kim is Nui, we all know Plawan is Pond, and Nafat, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing his name right, is Puin, JJ, and not fucking Gowan's character name being Winston. I don't know why that has me fucking screaming. Is he gonna be Thai American? Is that why they were speaking English to each other in the pilot trailer? If so, perfect casting, period. Let me see. So these books are on Reader, right? But I'm pissed because so they are on fucking Map. They're just not translated yet. Oh, please translate. Oh, damn. Yeah. Oh, yeah, these are pretty big books. Yeah, these are pretty big books. 825 pages. God damn. 1,015 pages. Oh, it is. Somebody said it is. It's a 4th book. Why didn't they do the 4th book? Maybe they didn't want to do a whole four series thing. It's a 4th book. Oh my god, it is. Somebody said that. He's in the military, it seems. Ooh. Okay, let me find where Joss's is at. What are racers at? I don't see the racers. Let me see. I see. Yeah, what a race at? Where's I don't see the. Well, I'm a mid. Let me get off here. I'm sorry. This video gonna be long. I'm sorry. I want to read this. I might have to change my I might have to change my. Oh, these are pretty big books. 63.5 million readers. These are pretty big books. I might have to change my the browser that I use, because every time I use read-a-write, it never properly translates things for me. Like, ever. Like, I don't know what. Oh. Wait a second. Hold on. It's working for me. Hold on. Let me see. When I click on read now. Hold on. Because usually I don't, maybe. The description translated. Let me see. I might have to change my browser. Oh, it's working. It's working. Oh, I'm gonna read this book. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I know this video going long. I'm sorry. Oh, it's working. It's working. Okay. Okay, so it's working for me in Google Chrome. Usually when I try to read stuff on read-a-write, it literally never works. It'd be like, for some odd reason, I don't know, it'll be like blocks. Like when you like do emojis, like when you put an emoji, when you used to have like a Android and you use an emoji that wasn't available on Apple. So if you looked on the Apple, it was like blocks. That's how it usually do. So I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Oh, god damn. So, for Plawon and Nafat's book, which is the first one, because it goes in order with Plawon, Nafat, girl, what's these characters' name? Which is Pon and Puin, Song and Kim, which is Tainu, and then the last book is JJ and Winston's, right? I believe that's what I just saw. So for Plawon and Nafat's book, this has 50 regular chapters. No, because there's an introduction. So technically 51, including the introduction. And it has, oh no, epilogue. Basically total with like special chapters, 62 chapters for this. Where can I go on the author's thing to just look? Okay, here she go. Ooh, I found it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the most popular one is Pon and Puin's book. It has 63 million readers. Then for Tainu's part is 30 million. No, 31 million for theirs is 30 million, but the fourth story, which they didn't adapt, has 31 million. No, let me see. Tainu's book, 56 chapters. And then, yeah, basically I'm saying all this to say these are pretty big books that are being adapted. A lot of times these books are kind of short, like with and then for Joss and Gowan's 60 chapters. Yeah, so these are really big books being adapted. Usually when I've seen GMMTV do books that are adapted into shows, they're shorter books. Like I believe for Perfect 10-liners, none of them had more than around close to, not even a full 30 chapters. I don't remember. I know like Arc and Arms was like 20 something. It was only 20 something for Yotha and Guns, and I don't remember for what's it called, but think about it, 20 something chapter books adapted into 8 episode parts. We gonna need at least 12 episodes per ship. At least 12. At least 60 chapters, bitch. At least. But I'm really excited for it. I'm gonna read all 3 of those books. I might do some reading at my mama's house tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Like I'm gonna be sitting on the couch like I'm reading a book. Yeah, I want to read these books. So yes, that actually just solidified to me, like reiterated to me that that is the show I'm looking forward to the most. I have talked about this show for 20 minutes. Oh my god, but I still have more to say. So, story wise, everything I'm so excited for. I'm really excited actually to see all of them work together. Like all of them. First of all, I have complaints about the fans' reaction. I don't like how people are acting like our any of our faves are above being in ensemble series. Why are people acting like ensemble series are a bad thing and are disrespectful? Ensembles, I don't think people really understand. Like somebody broke it down on Twitter. Again, this being announced as the last show shows that this is going to be the highest budget BL of next year. Okay? 3 big books. Okay, Panapuan's book only have 800 something words, and the other two like over 1,000. These are really big books. They had to buy the rights for the books. Okay, they're going to have to put a lot into this because especially with this, they're going to have to do a lot writing wise because not only are we going to have to focus on each ship's individual parts, but they're also going to have to integrate them in with each other because it's all happening at the same time, right? Which I think is going to fucking eat. And the fact that there's time travel involved, everything about the storylines sound great. I don't know why everybody's mad. They're like, they could have made 3 different shows. Why would they make 3 different shows instead of just putting it under one umbrella and then releasing it all? Just like for Forever You. Excuse me, like Forever You. There's nothing wrong with that. And then there's people who are acting like their fave is above acting and oh no, I hope my video don't mess up. I'm moving around so much. My thing is messing up. Acting in an ensemble series. My fave included because you have so many Nara ones. So I only wanted a Pon series. Pon only. Like, why did they do that? Like, this is a step back. How is this a step back for Pon? This is actually a step up. What are y'all talking about? That means that they're going to continue to act in these high budget series. What are y'all talking about? They're continuing to act in the biggest budget series of the year. Second year in a row. Yesterday. Next year would be second year in a row because right now we know Me and T was the biggest budget BL this year, and then it's gonna be the biggest budget. Like, what do y'all not think about that? Why are you not understanding that a bigger budget means higher pay, have better opportunities? Because somebody was saying like most likely they're gonna have a fan con tour after that, and someone's like, no, I only want Pon fan con. Pon did a fan con. They're going on a fan con tour next year already. We've already seen some dates released. They're most likely gonna have their own concert. This is actually a step up again for them. What are y'all talking about? This is them continue to go up and again. No big ship is above ever being in a fucking ensemble series. Ever. People are making it seem like ensemble series are just lazy and just throwing ships together for no reason. No, GMMTV is not stupid. They're smart as fuck, actually. Somebody broke it down. And I was like, you know what, sis? You are totally right. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have a lot to say, but again, this is the show I'm looking forward to the most. So somebody said it. They said that first of all, the way that some of these characters so far are described, these boys are all fitting perfectly into the roles. I'm so excited for that. Second, they're not dumb as fuck. This casting is smart as so genius, actually. I'm just, this is making me even more so. Let me calm down. Y'all know how I get when I get excited about a show, because that's how it was last year with Me and T. When this show come out, you ain't gonna hear the end of it. I'm about to act a fool. They casted Tay and New, right? Because they're an older, established CP. They've been in the game for years. They have that OG fan base, you know what I'm saying, that's still supporting them. Pon and Puin, newer, still kind of older because they've been together at this point. Next year will be 6 years, right? But they have a very strong Thai fan base. They're getting even bigger now in Thailand, so they have a very strong Thai fan base. One of the biggest, actually, in my opinion, second to Gemini and fourth. And then Joss and Gowan have a really huge international fan base, right? They're more famous internationally, especially within the US. So they put all three of these different fandom situations where they're appealing to the older fans who have been there, who've been watching BL for like years and years and been there since like Afghan Tainu, Crescito. They're appealing to the fans that are like kind of in the middle, where we've been here for a good while, but we still here. And then the huge Thai fan base. And then they're also appealing to the newer, but also huge international audience. Like, they're smart as Smart as fuck, because they know that we're gonna stream. I'm pretty sure this is not gonna be on YouTube. I don't see this being on YouTube. I definitely see this being on some type of streaming platform, maybe WeTV, maybe Ichi. It could be on YouTube, but I think it's gonna end up on a streaming platform. I also, because of how big the budget is gonna be, also the fact that there's gonna be a lot of merch involved here, and I don't know. I was gonna say I'm buying all. I'm definitely gonna buy all the Pompoons. I ain't gonna lie. I might buy some of Joss Gallons, cause the racing thing is getting me. Tay and New, I have some stuff, but I don't know. We gonna this gonna have a lot. And then like I said, the way that the stories, their professions are so different. They're gonna be able to do all these different theme things. Somebody said it. Somebody was like, for the final episode and the first episode, family, them tickets gonna be like a bloodbath trying to get. They're gonna definitely have a fan con tour. Like, this is actually a very huge opportunity for all of these boys while all the fans are complaining. I don't get it. This is actually fucking amazing. Do y'all not understand how big of a deal this is for them? This is actually going up. This is going up. Like, Pontypool and all of them. But y'all know, of course, Pontypool is like my number one, so I'm gonna talk the most about them. It's just like, damn. And then, like, it's like, okay, with Joss and Gowan, I understand why people are iffy on them. I get it, because as a person that likes I liked my Golden Blood. I like their chemistry. I think they're actually fucking amazing together, and they about to eat the fuck down with this trope. They about to eat down, because I think we didn't get as much from Tay and New, but what I'm assuming is, I saw that Nui was like asking Tay's character to help him, right? Fake like he's his boyfriend to keep people like from trying to pursue him, right? And then I'm guessing they're going to end up in like a situation where probably fake relationship but actually falling in love. And then Joss and Gowan's from the pilot trailer, and I have to read the synopsis, it's like, it seems like Joss's character JJ is in love with Winston, but Winston is in a relationship, and so he's kind of like stuck in a friend zone, basically. It's like that. So they casted the perfect people. They did. So it's like, I can understand why people are iffy on Joss and Gowan. I don't like when people who are diehard Joss Gowan fans don't like to understand that. It's okay. Even me, I like them together. A lot of times I try to force myself to not even look at Joss, because it's like, morally, I'd be like, that whole situation was kind of, it rubbed me the wrong way. It did. I don't know why people are trying to act like it either didn't happen or downplay it. We have to all be honest here and say that was kind of wild. That whole situation. Well, I'm not even going to we know what I'm talking about. It was pretty wild. As an American fan, I was just like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I was really thrown off. And it's like, it's it's so bad, because it's the truth. It's the truth that somebody could like do something bad, but if that person is like attractive or like there's other factors, fans will annoy it, because I'm not gonna lie, I be having to physically stop myself from getting too deep into Joss and Gowan because of that situation, because it still throws me off that he never apologized, right? But it's like, I'll be seeing him and I'll be like, damn. Ooh, I'll be like, Joss, oh my God. And I don't care. I think he actually is a good actor. He is. He's about to eat down in High and Low because of the fucking action scenes. Like, I don't know why people act like they don't get why Joss was casted. Somebody's like, why is he casted? The most athletic. Oh, I almost cussed. I'm sorry. Almost cussed. I almost said the N-word. I'm sorry. Sorry. The most athletic man under GMM would not be casted in a series that's mainly going to be about fighting. What do y'all mean? Why do y'all think people like Force even call Joss the daddiest of the daddies in GMM? Like, it makes sense. What are you talking about? But with Replay, again, from the description of the characters, they are perfectly fitting those characters. Both Joss and Gowan, we know Gowan is half white. Stop saying he's half American. You can't be half American. Okay, anyway, he's half white. Okay, his father is American, yes, but he's white. Because I'm tired of that dumb shit. Oh, someone's like 1/4 American. That makes no sense, but whatever. And Joss is he has not Joss, but Galvin has American citizenship, and he can speak English, and Joss can speak English really well. So the fitting for the characters. Realistically, if Pon and Puin didn't fit so close to Nafat and Plawan, they could have did that dynamic. Because even though Puin's not American, we all know Puin grew up mainly speaking English, so he's really good at English. But from his name being Winston, I'm assuming Winston's half white, probably. Like, it's given that, so perfect casting. But it's like, I can understand. I don't know. I feel like as a fan, we have to like be honest sometimes and say I can understand why people are like iffy about that, but it's like coming from me who did watch My Golden Blood, who doesn't necessarily indulge fully in fandom activities when it comes to Joss and Gowan, but I see all their stuff. They really are great together. They are great together. Their chemistry is really good. I'm really excited for them in Only Friends Gmon. Realistically, outside of that scandal, they're the perfect ship. They are. And that's why sometimes I'll be like, oh my god, leave me alone. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. When I saw them clips from their fan con, I literally was in here screaming. I was like, damn. Like, it's so hard to deny. That's why I don't like when people be calling him ugly. Like, I don't like that. Like, you don't have to like what he did politically, but to just be attacking him and calling him ugly and stuff is just, we have to be so for real. That's one of the finest men I have ever seen in my life. We have to say it. We do. I literally said that yesterday when I reacted to the trailer. I can't deny. Joss is so attractive. He is. Like, damn. I'd be like, damn, gee, Jesus, please stop. Because it's like, I'm sorry. He got the face card. His body's insane. In the trailer, he was looking tan. I was like, oh. Like, we have to be so for real. It's trying to you could not like him politically, but like saying he's ugly and call like, I'm sorry, we gotta start being real. And I know everybody's attractiveness is subjective, but I'm sorry, that man is fine as fuck. So it's like I be having to physically be like, I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking. But I'm sorry to say, I'm gonna be looking during replay. I'm actually so excited for this. I'm so excited to see all of them together, but for some reason, especially Pond and Joss, like I'm actually excited to see those interactions with each other. I'm super excited to see when Joss and Gowan are like speaking English. You know, Puin getting in there. Like the casting is eating. It is. It's eating. The storylines are storylining. The budget is about to be budgeting. Like, everything about this is about to be insane. So, y'all could be mad about it. Like, the crazy thing is, I haven't even really seen Tainu fans complaining. It's mainly Joss Gowan fans and Narwhals. Like, I don't know what the fandom name is called. Like, against, I do like them, but I'm not gonna say I'm part of the fandom yet. But I be like physically forcing myself not to. Like, I'm so for real. Because it's like, it makes me feel so bad. It does. Because I'm like, damn, we gotta have morals. We have to have morals. Like, morally, it has to come to a point where I'm like, no. Just because the man is fine and his show is good, no. But then I'd be like, and then it's like, in my mind, I'd be like, the situation kind of ended. Technically, he unfollowed all the people and all that. And I'd just be like, oh, because I can understand why people be like, y'all be choosing these men over morals. It's kind of true, but it's like, at the same time, I'd be like, I want to stand them so bad. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I'll be trying not to, but I do. And through the pilot trailer alone, I was just like, oh, I think I'm gonna do it. And then Only Friends Gmon is coming out, and it's just gonna get even worse and make me even more excited for replay. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna do it. But it's mainly those two fandoms that are complaining. Like I said, I'm more so on the Narwhal Twitter side because I'm obviously a huge fan of Bon Poo, and so I see Narwhal complaining the most, and I'm so disappointed in my own fandom because why are y'all doing that? Again, these boys sign off on these shows. They chose to do this. Why are we acting like people are acting like GMMTV just gave them something random? Like, basically was like, here, take that, and that's it. We're not, just take this. Like, again, I don't know why people are acting like this is like this is the biggest budget. Everything about this is about to be insane. If we do the proper fucking word. First of all, okay, go stream that trailer. Okay, go stream the trailer, because that's nothing that's irritating me. People are blatantly not streaming the trailer just because they mad because it's ensemble series. So you want our faves to flop because you mad because they in a show with other CPs? Like, girl, if you don't go stream that trailer, okay, you better go follow that Twitter account, okay? You better go hype up the show, okay? Go let the boys know that we excited, because I don't know why y'all act like they don't be online and be seeing what people be saying. Like, think about it. You probably so excited to play this dynamic and do all this, and then you see your fans complaining about it. Like I said, especially for Pon and Pooin, this is the most like mature storyline we've ever seen about to have. The fact that we are all getting what we fucking wanted and y'all are complaining, we're getting toxic Pon and Pooin with Pooin falling first with fantasy involved. I'm not complaining. Everything is perfect. What are you talking about? And then I'm already about to like lose my this is about to be crazy. I don't, like, you're allowed to feel how you feel, but some of the complaints are just dumb. Some of the complaints are literally just solely because you wanted them to have their own series. And again, a person brought up something else. Why are we acting like these boys are not busy as fuck? Pooin literally told us, he said we would not have the chance to miss them next year because of how busy they're going to fucking be. Okay, they've already had some of these fan cons and fan meets announced already, and the year hasn't even started yet. And we all know they're gonna have almost like a fan con tour after Me and T ends. They're definitely gonna have their own concert next year for what's called. But then y'all also are forgetting that Pooin also has to keep filming Scarlet Heart. Eventually, when High and Low does start filming, Pon has to do that. Pon is also in college. He's trying to graduate. The thing about it is, I'm sorry to say, y'all better be, this is more insane than I thought it would be, realistically. I keep saying that. When I look at all of the nuances, this is actually more insane than I thought it would be. We are going up. Like I said, we are going up because the budget is about to be even bigger, most likely, than Me and T. Everything about this is about to be let me stop overloading my thing. Everything about this is about to be even crazier. And it's like, I assume it would be a gap year, because since Pon is in college, I assume we was going to get nothing for them. So the fact that we are getting something, and it's an ensemble series, and it's about to be so good, and this storyline is good as fuck, I don't know why y'all mad about it. So I literally just spent 30 minutes talking about one show. I'm sorry, but again, that's the show I'm most excited for. So we gonna have to move on. It's a Gunshot. Okay, excuse me. Of the BLs, the one that I'm the second excited for is Gunshot. Gun and off, period. First of all, I'm filming, right after I finish doing all this, is Burnout Syndrome's first episode is going to be out. So I'm going to hurry up and film that before my kids wake up. So, I totally didn't expect them to have a show. I really did not. I was like, are they going to have a show? I don't know. Because I'm not going to lie. Because they've been together for so long, I'm always scared that the time is going to come where they're gonna just end it, right? They're going to end the ship. Because think about it. They've been together for 10 years, bitch. 10 years. They originally paired together in 2016, y'all. No, 2015. Yeah, and then 2016 was with Puppy Honey Love. But yes, it's like, damn, that's wild. They've been through so much. They're the longest running CP, because we have to acknowledge that they are, because realistically we know that Crisinto and Tainu had a break. They have the most shows ever together for a ship ever in the entire BL industry, including every other BL industry like China, Korea. Afghan is the one that ran the longest and have the most shows together. So I was a little nervous that they weren't going to continue on. So I was shook when I saw that. And then the fact that it's a dark show, they doing dark shows back to back, because we know Burnout Syndrome is darker. The Gunshot is really dark. I'm a little nervous though, because I feel like it's going to be so traumatizing, because from the storyline, from what we saw, I'm going to be traumatized, and it's going to be very stressful. But I'm low-key, I'm going to be on Gun's character side, because as you should get that revenge. But also the morals there, the fact that Off is a cop and he's going to fall in love with a murderer, who's gonna eat the fuck down? It's gonna eat down. And we know they got the chemistry to do it. I don't know why people be sleeping on Afghan. Y'all know they're my favorite of the pillars. I feel like it's because they have like so many other series. Because I'm not gonna lie, for Tainu, I have not watched Dark Blue Kiss. I have tried over and over again starting it. And then I'd be like, because usually when I watch older stuff, if it's like really old, I'd be like, I don't know about watching this. So I haven't watched Dark Blue Kiss. I did watch Cherry Magic. Cherry Magic was great. It really was. I'm most looking forward to A Dog on the Plane. That's what I'm saying. It's like when their newer shows come out before replay, it's going to make the obsession worse. Like, it already is already bad. Because it's like, Pon and Pooin already were one of my top ships. I keep saying that. But it's like, sometimes it's hard for me to admit that my favorite dynamic is changing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, a lot of times I hold on and then I'd be like, it's kind of like with BTS, right? How at first BTS was my alt group in general for K-pop, and then TXT debuted, and I was just like, no, TXT is my second favorite. And then I had to really come to terms that TXT dethroned BTS for me, even though I still love BTS, of course, but like, TXT is like at the top for me. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, guys, I'm not sure what happened, but my camera was messing up, so this is gonna be in two parts. I'm so sorry. Y'all know I could yap. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I was saying that a lot of times it's hard for me to admit when my dynamics change amongst my favorites, right? Um, and it's because sometimes I hold on to something for so long, and it's like, I feel like when you say this, sometimes people attack you, but y'all know that for so long, my favorite ship was First Cow, like my number one ship. They were like the first GMMTV ship I ever stand, everything. But for a while, since about We Are came out, I feel like obviously that's when Ponpuin like originally went from just a ship I liked to like a ship I extremely loved, and was like, I have to admit that I just love them so much and they're gonna be like amongst my faves list. And at first I was saying that they were my third favorite, right between Gemini fourth, and then they moved up to second, and then I was just like, ever since I've been waiting for me and T, I was just like, I low-key feel like they're my number one, but I was like, I don't know if I can say they technically dethroned First and Cow for me, even though I will forever love them and they're my second favorite ship now, right? But I have to say, just on the trajectory that they've been on, their shows, everything, Pineapple and a different number one now. They are. So it's like, I feel like that's why I'm like so nervous actually for when A Dog on the Plane comes out and Only Friends Dream On, because I'm gonna start become more obsessed with Tainu and more obsessed with Joss and Gowan, which is gonna make replay even more obsessive for me. So I'm telling y'all, when it comes out, it's gonna be crazy. But I said all to say, Off Gun are definitely my number one when it comes to the pillars. I just really love their shows. I love their dynamic with each other, everything about them, and they really do eat. But I would say, even without me barely watching any of Tainu shows, they're my second favorite amongst the pillars. So, I said all I had to say. I'm excited for Gunshot. Now, Lovers and Gangsters is my third favorite. This is about to be insane. This is about to eat. It's about to be so good. I was already shook when when the pilot first started. I couldn't tell who that was. I knew I saw Great low key, but for some odd reason it didn't register in my mind that he would be one of the main characters. I thought he was just in it, right? And then I saw Force and I was like, oh, is this Force Book? And then I saw Book. First of all, Force, we all know Force is about to eat, but Book has me shook when he's playing these like more morally gray red flag characters. Like when he was acting the fuck up when Top did him dirty and Only Friends, I was living for it. So when I saw him begging to be in the gang and he like, I don't know why it didn't register for me, it should have, and he like had to put that gun together with the thing on it. He took the blindfold off and was putting that gun at Force. I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind. Boogie. Book, Kazi that. Calm down, please. So like I was already like, damn, Force Book playing these darker characters. Like we saw them, the darkest character we've seen them play is in Only Friends. This is even darker. And I'm about to be like, what do you mean they're both in gangs? They're about to be in gangs. And the fact that it finally dawned upon me, because like everything was going so fast I didn't get it at first. To him, they're technically supposed to be enemies. Because Great and Book playing brothers, another thing that's about to eat, but they're from rival gangs, and apparently they're saying that Force's character killed their dad. So that's what I'm saying, is Book joining the gang to technically get revenge, but then he falls in love with his enemy? That's what it's giving. But the fact that Great came in here was like, I'm trying to get my brother back. But what I was the most shook on is Great and Bright. Everybody kept saying that they think they were going to be paired together, right? And I was like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But then I was like, y'all might be right, because that's what I do like about Great. Because it seems like Great is very serious about making sure he stays paired with someone that's closer in age to him instead of trying to pair with someone younger. Because it's like, in BL, it happens slightly, but I've noticed a very concerning amount of GL pairings have such huge age gaps. And I mean like an 18-year-old paired with a fucking 26, 27-year-old. And I'm just like, So I like that he stuck to that. He's just like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm I'm not about to pair myself with none of these younger people. So I already think they look good together, right? But in that pilot trailer, the chemistry was really given. I was like, great. Y'all know I'll be hopping. I'll be ready to hop. If it's sad to say, but even if a pair is my favorite, sometimes depending I could hop, but like especially if a pair is just like I'm like, okay, I like them, but it's not all that, and they get paired with somebody new and the chemistry is even more insane, I'll be ready. I'll be like, well, I'm jumping on this ship. I'm on the great bright ship. They were looking good as fuck together. The chemistry was eating. The action scenes are going to be insane. The fighting scenes are going to be insane. The fact that it seems like Bright's character also has some type of ulterior motive here. I'm ready. Mond is going to be in this too. Everything about it is going to eat down. So that's what I have to say about Lovers and Gangsters. Really excited about that. That actually is going to eat so hard, and I'm really proud of Force and Book because I love seeing them taking on a darker role and like so different. So then I Will Always Save You. Super excited about this. First of all, it's Jimmy C. We all know how much I love Jimmy C. But then also directed by P. JoJo. Did I not say I wanted to see P. JoJo work with either Jimmy C, Gemini 4th, or Pertanza? And the fact that he's working with them, P. JoJo, period. Doing the Lord's work. They are about to eat down. The whole thing with them sharing an ex, them having this slight beef with each other, but Jimmy, first of all, Jimmy playing a cop. Oh, when he shot that man, I'm sorry. I know I sound so crazy, and that's just like, that's why I tell y'all all the time. I do like red flag characters in shows and books. I do, but it's like in real life, it's not good to be with a person like that, right? Because I've dealt with that, and you don't want to deal with that. But am I attracted to red flags? Yes. Because every bitch, when he shot that man, I was like, like, I know that sounds so bad to say that you find it attractive. Somebody shooting somebody, but y'all know what I mean. The girls that get it, get it. Jimmy looked so good when he kept pulling out that gun, shooting people. I was like, damn, Jimmy. It's so funny. It's like how I feel about Pond when he swung that fucking bat at C in High and Low. I'm ready for that shit. But the fact that Jimmy is playing a police officer that has to protect the man that he doesn't like because he, the whole thing with the ex-girlfriend, and we don't know technically because this is not based off a book, right? That's what I kind of like about P. JoJo. A lot of his shows are original, even though I love adaptations. Y'all know I do. Most of my favorite shows a lot of times are adaptations. Like this year with Me and T, next year Replay. We Are All That, but I also really like that P. JoJo does that, and I feel like it's because he always writes most of his shows are screen written by himself. Like it's just ideas that he comes up in his head. He's like, hell yeah, let's do it, and I'd be like, P. JoJo, period, you should do it. But from what I've seen from the trailer so far, it seems like C's character low-key want Jimmy. Like he was flirting with him. I was just like, sir, what you doing? Like, what you doing? Like, ooh. And then the fact that C is playing a singer, C's vocals eat every time. I told y'all, when I saw him at Love at Loud Fest, I was actually really shocked at how beautiful his voice is. He had me shook. I was like, damn, C, I didn't know you had it like that. Like, he actually sounds great. Damn. I always love, I love cute shows, and I feel like so far, that's the thing about it. Jimmy and C actually have always done slightly more complex shows, actually. It's just, they've always been kind of deeper stories shielded in like a bright look, if that makes sense. Like I think technically filming wise the darkest show they've done was Last Twilight, but it was still like, kind of not super dark. This is going to be the darkest they've ever done. This is going to be the most, I think in my opinion, mature show they've ever done, and it's with P. JoJo. Okay, and we know, y'all know how I feel about him and how he brings out such a crazy performance in these boys. We just saw it in That Summer. Okay, we saw it with The Heart Killers. We saw it with Only Friends. Like, we saw it in Never Let Me Go. Okay? I'm just saying. So, like, they're about to eat the fuck down, and I'm ready for that. That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is actually so bad. Like, actually, like, I don't know why people just want to complain. And so many people say they don't like most of the BLs that are announced this year. I like a lot of them, and it's actually really bad because now, like last year, I kind of was like that, but not for most of them. It was like more so just like mainly Ticket to Heaven, Me and T, and Day to Death, where I was just like, okay, hurry up and release them right now, fiending for it. The way that I'm fiending for most of these shows, and I'm just like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, but I know they're not going to come out for a good while, is actually stressing me out. Like, I know that Replay is not going to come out for a while because Tay and New still have to film A Dog in a Plane, which P. JoJo is starting on it. I saw him looking for locations for the filming, so they're probably going to start, so I feel like filming for Replay isn't even going to start till next year, and then it's probably going to release in 2027, which is like, I can understand why, because again, takes time, budget, their schedules, but the way that I need it right now is crazy. So I keep talking about Replay. I'm sorry, I just can't stop talking about it. So my fifth favorite was My Professional Boyfriend. Winnie and Satang. They really creeping up that bias list, y'all. They are insane. Every single time a ship, because I still don't know who this is directed by. I'm going to assume P. JoJo, Loki from the Vibes, but we don't know that. Every time a ship works with P. JoJo, right, and then they have a show next, I've only seen 2 other ships do the opposite, right? Usually they'll do like this darker, bit more mature show with P. JoJo, and then their next show would be like a light, kind of fluffy show. The only ship we've ever seen do this before Winnie Satong, where their next show is just as mature and just as dark, is First Cow and June-Dong, because First Cow, after Only Friends, they went with the Heart Killers, which is even darker and more mature than Only Friends. Same with June Gedong. They went from the Heart Killers, and I thought that their next show would be fluffy, but then boom, we got Dairy to Death, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, because even it's like Dairy to Death is more mature, because it's like, think about it, they're playing police. I was like, it's a darker, but I love it, right? So I assumed that Winnie Satong would be like most other people, where they would do like a cute show afterwards. Like I literally assumed that. I did not think that they were gonna go with because this is darker than That Summer, and more mature. It seems like than That Summer, and That Summer is their most mature show that they've done. But my Professional Boyfriend. What do you mean Winnie is playing a fucking mafia heir? A son of a mafia leader? What do you mean Satong is a fucking gamble addict? Okay, because he was over here gambling in the freaking Taylor. And he fakes like he's a escort, and comes Winnie's fake boyfriend for money. But obviously seem like he want him. But they be hooking up with each other also. Like, what the fuck? And I'm so excited. Like, this is actually insane. Like, I did not expect that from them. So I was just like, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, what? Like, it's about to be so good. I'm really excited for it, actually. I don't think it's based off of a book, but they're about to eat down there. I'm telling you, I understand that shows are going to be different from the pilot trailer, because the pilot trailer is just the concept. But please, whoever is directing it, please keep the styling the same, because they was eating in them outfits. They looked so good. That was the best I've ever seen them be styled when it comes to one of their shows. I was like, period. So then my next show was Maniac. William and S. William and fucking S. They are fucking insane. We went from Tame Po, which was such a slow burn, and I assumed they would do something kind of similar, but like a little bit more less slow burn. But I did not expect to go from a slow burn like Tame Po, where it took forever for them to hold hands, to this, where they're about to jump into this basically friends with benefits situation. And it seems like, because we know both of them are considered red flags, right? But it seems like, from the pilot trailer, that William's character is about to be humbled. It seems like he's so easygoing, right? And he just gives everybody his number, and he just hooks up with everybody. He's just a playboy, right? And S character is opposite, though. He doesn't really do that, but then when he finally does do it, he doesn't take it seriously, right? And William's character, for the first time, is finally taking it seriously, and it's bothering him. The way he said, "What are we?" and was crashing out because he wasn't texting him back. Like, fuck yes. He about to humble the fuck out of William's character. And I'm so ready for it. I was just like, bro. And then Barcode and Ken, I love that they're playing the second couple. I'm so excited for them. But it was so hilarious to me how Barcode's character, for his own selfish reasons, was pushing them together. And that scene where they was trying to hook up, and he was calling him like, you don't gotta talk to him no more. And they was just like, continue. And I was just like, the fact that we're gonna see William and S being friends and benefits each other is crazy. Real insane. They was kissing the fuck out of each other in that pilot trailer, and I was shook. I was like, whoa, oh my god, 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 oh my god. So ready for it. So ready for it. So fucking ready for it. So then, my next favorite, 21. Oh, I'm so excited for this. So excited. Exactly. Pretty much everybody actually got, like, newer, got more mature series. Yeah. Yeah. Except for Seeking, Boom Prim, and Luke and Mick. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, basically, Pon, Puma, and First Cow, all of them got more mature series, because 21 is definitely more mature than Perfect 10 Liners. Like, this is insane. The fact that they work in the same club, Junior playing a bodyguard, looked so good over there. Mark playing a bar singer, them both getting their heart broken by the same person, randomly deciding, hey, let's just become best friends and move in together, and then falling for each other. It's obvious that Mark's character wants, Junior's character too, he's just scared to lose him as a friend because he's scared of that heartbreak. They become so close together, and so they do that whole trial thing. It's gonna be so cute. It's gonna be so heartbreaking. We're probably gonna cry a lot. We're gonna be stressed a lot. The way that the pilot trailer was shot, the fact that it's directed by PX, fucking amazing. He's an amazing director. He's the director of Me and T right now. He directed Cherry Magic. He directed did he direct Vice Versa? Yes. Amazing director. Paired with Junior Mark's acting and their freaking chemistry, very much so looking forward to that one. Very much so looking forward to that one. Then the next one, I didn't know how to rank Love of Siam because we didn't see a pilot trailer or nothing, so I didn't know how to rank it. But since it's Gemini 4th, I still put it within my top 10. I didn't know that performance was like supposed to be the teaser for it, so I like didn't record my reaction to it. I was like, "What's this?" I thought they were just performing because last year they performed in the middle of the event, like liking it performed in the middle of the event. So I was like, I thought they was just performing. I didn't know that. I like musicals. I do. Growing up, my favorite Disney movies were the musicals. I'm fucking excited for Hug E. Lee. So I'm really excited for it. I know that this is a remake technically of a already existing story. So a lot of people are anticipating it. So it makes sense that Gemini 4th are starring in it and that it is a BL. So I really am excited for it, but I don't know much else about it. So that's why I put it right there. Like, Oh, geez, my next favorite. 17th Spring. 17th Spring, y'all. I did not expect Chokan and Aston's next series to be so mature, because realistically, even though they are still in high school, these high schoolers are dealing with a lot, it seems like. Dealing with a lot. It's gonna break us. It's gonna heal us. I felt like I wanted to cry while watching that freaking pilot trailer. The fact that first of all, they're acting. Chokan going from playing such bubbly characters to him about to play a teenager that's traumatized and trying to still make it through life, and and then the way they're gonna bond over it, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so ready for it. And then I love Papong and Pod, so Pod's playing Aston's uncle, and then Papong is playing Chokan's brother. So it's like, damn, like, I'm loving the dynamic so far that we've seen from the pilot trailer, and it seems like it's going to break me. And I actually believe in P. on this one, because I feel like my favorite series of his is My 12%. I think he does these angsty series really good. It's the other series where sometimes he struggle. Okay, the angsty, I think he is gonna eat. I'm so ready for that. Like, I did not expect that shit. I was shook watching that pilot trailer. So I'm really excited for that. Now, next, How to Survive My CEO. Somebody was like, that Jung and Doug just goes through AO3, and that's how they pick their shows, because all of their shows are fanfic worthy. All of them. And I'm so fucking excited, and it's iconic. I love me a good classic office romance. If y'all don't know, I watch a lot of K-dramas and C-dramas, And when I first started watching K-dramas and C-dramas, that was such a common trope in most of the shows, right? I started watching them in 2018. So that's crazy. That feels so long ago, right? So especially with Chinese dramas, that's when we would get like 50 million a year, where it was the rich CEO, poor girl. They would end up in this contract marriage or contract relationship. Sometimes they actually be together. They sneak it around the office. Like, it's low-key given Secretary Kim. The way that they were in the elevator and he like secretly like was touching on his waist, I was just like, bitch. And then the fucking dunk kissing him like that on the first time, and June's character like falling in love with him, like basically, and like becoming kind of obsessed with him, and like, look, I can't forget that you kissed me. Like, oh, it's gonna eat so hard. I'm so excited for it, actually. Like, Junior Dunk period, they really know how to pick their shows. They know how to pick their shows because they know that we gon' really lean into. I'm telling you, June, he be writing the fanfic, so he know. So then the one that I put at 11 is Kiss Me Remember. Now, this is a good middle ground for me, to where I'm just like, I'm really excited, but technically other pilot trailers are a bit better for me, right? Super excited for Barcode. I knew that when he joined GMM that he would get in BL. That's why I don't like when someone joins in the middle of the year, right, and the lineup has already been decided and their fans start with that bullshit talking about GMMTV isn't implement. They're not giving them any work. Why did they, like, y'all? He joined in the middle of the fucking year when they already announced the fucking lineup. Why would he have a show randomly? And actually, he actually got added to Revamp. Like, that's what it was irritating me a bit about it. Like people that were fans of Barcode, and I guess like not of GMM, they were like complaining about it, that he didn't have anything lined up, and I'm just like, wait till next year. He's obviously gonna have something, and boom, we already knew that. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was on the Barcode Lego train. I wanted him and Lego paired together, but he did say it. He said on stage, he said that he tried like kind of like trial runs with other partners, and that him and Ken just click the best. And as you should, because chemistry is a very important thing for me. I keep saying that it really is, regardless of what I'm watching, because it's not just BLs, it's with straight shows too. That's why a lot of my favorite C dramas and K dramas are with these couples that have insane chemistry together. Chemistry is a really big thing to me because I love romance. I watch a lot of romance, so I hate when actors are awkward with each other. I hate when it's just not given. I be in here kicking my feet, going crazy when the chemistry be insane. Like, that's why the first frost, damn, 8 down. So I think that so far from the pilot trailer, I like that a lot of these trailers have some fantasy aspect of it. It does have a bit of a fantasy aspect of it. Seems like Barcode's character has some type of trauma or something, and he can't remember. He only remembers when he kisses Ken. And I thought it was so cute when he was running after him and kept saying, "Can we please kiss? Can you kiss me, please?" Like, oh, it was so fucking cute. Like, ooh. I'm actually really excited about it. That's why I'm really super excited to see them in Maniac too, because I think they're about to come into my face. Like, I'm just like, Barcode, period. Okay, so now next, the spooky love tale. I'm not gonna lie. So far, I was more so freaking out because of chemistry and per Santa, because I do love them and their chemistry. But I'm very unsure on the storyline. Like, I know that from what I saw, Santa's playing an author who writes spooky stories, but he also can see ghosts. And then for some reason, Pert's character does he only see ghosts when he reads the book that Santa's character is writing? Like, I kind of don't understand on that part. I do like that they're kind of taking like different types of roles, because we all know Love You Teacher has like that fantasy aspect of it too, with everything happening with Solar. So I do like that. But again, it's just based off of the pilot. Like I said, these are just my initial reactions from the pilot. Sometimes the pilots don't stand out to me, but the shows shake me. The one that happened the most this year was My Magic Prophecy. I always say, and I admit, from the pilot trailer, I was just like, I don't think I'm watching that. Like, whatever. I wasn't paying as much attention to My Magic Prophecy. But when the trailer dropped, I was like, And then it turned out to be even crazier than I imagined. And it's one of my favorite BLs of this year. So we never know. It could be. But it's like, it seems okay to me. I'm here for Per Santa, obviously. Oh, Yaman and Ryu are going to be in this, so I'm really excited about that. But we will have to see more on the storyline, what it's about. Now, for the Invisible Dragon, I don't know how I feel about it. I understand that it's a very heart-wrenching story. It's a very, which it's like, I'm not shocked at all because, not June, Jesus, First Encounter always take these kind of deep stories where it may seem like something simple, but the people, their characters are dealing with such deep rooted issues and stuff. And from the trailer, it seems like First is a part of a family where this is such a big thing traditionally for him to master, and he's struggling with probably not necessarily wanting to do it, but doing it because his father wants him to. And then for some odd reason, it seems like Cal's character wants to do it but can't. I don't really know the whole thing. I know this is a more like, it's a lot of cultural context to this with the dragon, the dragon like head and all that. It's a lot of cultural context to it. So personally for me, based off of the pilot trailer, I'm gonna watch it, of course, because it's First Cow. But I don't know, because we don't know because the show's not out yet. But I don't think it would be one of my favorite shows of theirs. Just based off of the pilot trailer alone, I was more excited for Cat for Cash than I am for the Invisible Dragon. But I know that this is gonna be a very gut wrenching story. I know it's going to make me want to cry, because they were crying in the pilot trailer, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna cry. So that's just how I feel about it, and I feel like it's okay for me to feel about it. It's a plus when one of my faves, I love everything they do, and that's why that's kind of like why I say that the dynamic, I think, changed a lot, like especially like with TXT, right? Because I like love all their music. I don't have to like every show that First Cow does. I don't think I'm not gonna like it, but is it gonna be up there with my favorites? No. So I think that's kind of like how I feel about it. So for Weirdo 101, for Seeing Keen, I'm not gonna lie, I am excited about it, but I kind of feel the same. I don't think it's going to. So far, when it comes to their stories, my favorite head to head, then it would be their story part in Multi Love, then Only Boo. I low key think that Weirdo 101, it might be better than Only Boo for me, because Only Boo was good, but it was like that, cute little just typical high school story. Weirdo 101 is kind of similar. It still is a high school story, but I kind of like the dynamic switch so far that we seem to have with them, with C's character being like this, like, quote unquote nerdy boy who kind of stays to himself, and he ends up falling for Keen's character, who seems to be more like the more outspoken popular boy. And C's character being like this math whiz and like knowing all these scientific facts, stuff like that. I think that kind of stood out to me, and I am excited for it, but I was like, I don't know when it came to the pilot trailer. So Plan B to you, it's kind of similar. I am not going to lie to you. I expected something so different from Boom Perm. I was kind of like, what's this? What is going on? Because going from Revamp, I thought that they would do something different. Not that I'm not excited for it. Obviously I am. But just what I'm saying, it's like a situation where sometimes it's really hard to one up the last project, right? Where you do this amazing project and then your next project is like, it's still good, but is it better than last? It's kind of like that. Like, I'm sorry to say. So that's how I feel. I'm gonna watch it. It could blow my mind. Like I said, you never know. But based off of the trailer, the thing I'm most excited about is just them being together, and also Prim's character over here getting revenge. It seems like it's gonna be funny. But like I said, to go from Revamp to that, I was just like, I don't know. It's kind of how I felt about First Cow going from Only Friends, right, to going up there with freaking The Heart Killers, which is amazing, and then Cat for Cash, which is like, Cat for Cash, I'm still excited for it though, because the whole dynamic and everything like that. But it's like, it was still a bit of a drop for me, and then Invisible Jazz, like, and I'm just like, oh no, like, that's just how I feel. So am I excited for Plan B to you? Yes, but is it one of the shows I'm looking forward to the most? No. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like what saves low-key these shows for me is the ships. I'm sorry to say, because low-key, if it was another ship, I don't think I would be watching The Invisible Dragon or Weirdo 101 or Plan BTU. But because it's one of my favorite ships, I am gonna watch it. That's what I can say. That's kind of how I've done this ranking, because it's like, for some series, I keep saying this, I only watch it because of my favorite ship is in it. And it's like, you know, the story is like okay, but it's like I eat it up because of my fave. Sorry to say, We Are is a huge example of that. Okay, the story was pissing me off. Everything was going on, but because it was Pon Pooing when he's like, I ate it the fuck up. It's kind of like that, right? But then you have stories like Me and T, where I thoroughly love the story, and because my fave's in it, it just makes it even better. And I know that's what's gonna. I'm sorry, we're gonna talk about replay again. That's what's gonna happen with replay. I already love the what is it? I already love the synopsis and everything like that. Like I'm gonna eat it up. I'm gonna eat it up. So and I already love the people. So yeah, gonna eat it up. So that's just how I feel. Like I don't really care for so far from what I've seen for the pilot trailer. I don't think the story of like the Invincible Dragon, Weirdo 101 Plan BTU is gonna be as exciting as other stories, but I'm still gonna watch it because of my favorite ship. Same with kind of the spooky love tale. Like I said, I'm still kind of unsure of it because my ship is in it. I'm still looking forward to it. Right. Same with Billionaire Biker. I am not gonna lie. I genuinely thought for their first show officially, because we all know that they technically are about to play Only Friends Dream On as a main couple, but their first like ship show officially by themselves, Ooh and Boom, would have a different storyline. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know if I would like it. I'm still gonna watch it because of them, but again, this is just a pilot trailer. It could be different, but I expected something different for them. And it's sad because again, it's gonna be a situation where we're gonna see them eat the fuck down. The Only Friends Dream On, and then this is gonna come, and I'm gonna be like, So that's just how I feel about that. Right, you again. Um, I don't think I'm watching that. I don't watch Chris Toe shows, so yeah. Match Point, it's kind of similar thing. I'm most excited for it because of Ping, because y'all know I'm a huge fan of Mean Ping. I loved them so much. So when they broke up, I was really sad, but I told myself that I, of course, would not be a toxic fan and I would support them in anything they do further. And so I knew Pink was going to have a new BL and a new pairing. And I think that him and T-Show actually worked great together. They looked good together. They were being so adorable. When they came up on the stage and they were holding hands, I was like, oh, but is this the best storyline they could get? No, but they are new. This is their first show. I'm going to watch it. That's that. That's how I feel about it. It could, I don't think it will blow my mind, but I think it will be a cute little run. Because that's what I'm saying. I feel like realistically, with like my top 11, yeah, my top 11, those are the stories where I'm just like, those stories seem so fucking good, and on top of that, the ships in it. Because again, Loki with Kiss Me Remember, if it didn't have Barcode in it, I don't think I would be as excited for it. But Barcode, so I will say top 10 then, top 10. Like those are all stories that I'm looking the most forward to. Like the stories looks fucking good as hell, and also the actors that are in it, I'm excited for. Some of these lower ones, it's like I'm more so like, okay, I'm glad about the actors, but the storyline, I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna like it as much. But again, you never know, because this is just a pilot trailer and I could end up really loving the series, but you never know. So it's like I feel very similar about it with like Good Boy series. I am more excited for Luke Mick. I don't know if I'm really like, or I might like it, but it's not gonna be like the craziest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just realistically, I have to look back to on this year. A lot of GMM shows, not a lot, but because they produce so many, there's like opportunities for ones to not be as good as others. Because the only shows that I finished this year, that aired this year, that I really did enjoy, like My Magic Prophecy. We're watching Me and T right now, Revamp. I'm trying to remember. Is that it? Because a lot of the other shows I dropped, I can't remember. Well, I'm acting like I can't look, but it's probably gonna mess my computer up. But like those three definitely stand out. The parts of Muti Love, yeah, yeah. So it's like I'm sorry to say, but some of these from the pilot trailer alone is given that I'm not gonna finish them if I start them. So like Good Boy series, Right You Again, Billionaire Biker. I'm gonna finish Weirdo to You and Plan B to You, but that's just because of the ships in there. The Visible Dragon, like same with the Visible Dragon, the ships in there. It's like it's given. If it wasn't my favorite ship, I probably wouldn't watch it. But that's just how I feel about that. So Good Boy series is similar, and I do like Luke and Mick, but are they one of my favorites? No, so I don't even know if I'll be watching that. Roommate chaos, I feel very similar about that. I I feel a bit disappointed, y'all, because I remember when I know that it's best to accept, right, when actors move on to a different ship, right? But it's like really, whatever. I'm gonna just say it's my opinion. Going from a ship where y'all had a not only a bomb storyline for what show y'all was in, but the chemistry was really insane, to a ship where the chemistry is just like, it's okay, but is it giving crazy? No. And then your series isn't the best. It's kind of sad to see, and I think that's how I feel about Mark and when they were first announced, I was excited because Mark had a new partner and I wanted him to have a official partner so he could, I knew that was a big deal for him, and I do like and I like I like them more for their dynamic outside of their shows. They're really funny, they're adorable together. I love how like always has Mark shook. Like I enjoy that for them, but personally in my opinion, I did not really enjoy Sweet Tooth Good Dentist. I did start it. It was very boring to me. I'm sorry to say. That's just my opinion. And I thought the chemistry would be better because I feel like they have better off-screen chemistry than on-screen chemistry, in my opinion, for what I've seen. So I was excited to give them another chance. I was like, oh, bet they'll have a better storyline. They'll have a better show. Roommate Chaos is not given to me. I was like, what is this? What is this? It seems like it's gonna be funny, but will it be the best show ever? I don't think so. And for this to be the second time in a row where Mark has a show like that, I'm a bit disappointed. Um, like I said, from when I watched the pilot trailer, I'm more excited for that show because of Saving Franck, because this is technically their debut. Like this is gonna be a 3 CP series. So technically it's 3 main couples. 2 of the couples, this is their first time. Technically Mark and have had their own show before, but I'm not even as excited for Surf and Java for this. I like their dynamic and head to head, but I'm like, it seems like it's just this is similar. It's like it seems it's a similar situation like Van and Farm again, basically for Roommate Chaos, and it's just like, I'm most excited for Saving Front, and that's just because this is their debut thing. But I don't think this is gonna be a show that like I said, this is based off the pilot trailer. Sometimes when the official trailer drops and the show drops, it's better, but I don't have high hopes for it based off of the pilot trailer. I'm sorry to say. For Cupids Ghost, I don't really watch a lot of Earth Mix show actually. The only Earth Mix show I watched was Moonlight Chicken, and yeah, so I kind of like the concept of it though, just a bit, but does it seem like a show I would really, really enjoy? No. So I think my favorite Earth Mix show is gonna be Only Friends Dream On. So yeah, when oranges fall, I'm trying to think how to say this because I understand it being a high school show. Of course, it's Almond in Progress. They're like the youngest ship in this company. That's perfectly fine. But they went from a pretty good first show with Lovesick 2024 to now this. The pilot trailer, I was like, I guess. I don't think it's going to be better than Lovesick. I'm not sure. And then I think the least favorite one I'm looking forward to is Unlucky Bay. I'm sorry. That's another situation where it's like, I feel bad saying this because realistically he shouldn't have been in that show anyway, but he was in the show. He was in Mac. He was in girl, what that fucking show called? And then are we even getting a season 2 of that? Addicted Thailand. And realistically, he shouldn't have been casted in that show because that show was way too mature for his fucking age. He was like, what, 16? He's born in 2007, right? He's 10 years younger than the other male lead. And that was so inappropriate because they couldn't properly adapt the series how it's supposed to be because they fucking paired a child with a grown-ass adult. So realistically, he shouldn't have been in that show, right? But he was in that show. And I think they did a pretty okay job. I kind of did watch it. But to go from that to Unlucky Bay, it's like Unlucky Bay realistically should have been a show he did first because of his age. So it's age appropriate, yes, but I'm just like storyline wise, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about whatever. So that's how I feel about it. Like I said, I'm most excited for Replay, Gunshot, Lovers, and Gangsters. I Will Always Save You, My Professional Boyfriend, You Maniac, 21, Love of Siam, 17 Spring, and How to Survive My CEO. Those are the 10 shows that I'm just like, fuck yeah, hurry up. The other shows like Kiss Me, The Spooky Tale, The Invisible Dragon, Weirdo 101, and Plan BTU is just like, am I super excited for the storyline? No, but my favorite, so I'm like, okay, I will watch it when it comes out. Am I like fiending for it? No. Everything else is just like, I don't know. So that's how I feel about that. So I'm not even, I want to post this on YouTube, but the reason why I didn't post my predictions video on YouTube because I gave opinions there, and I know how people act, but it's like, it's not that I'm scared or nothing, because like I keep telling y'all, I said what I said, this is my channel, I'm allowed to feel how I feel, but I just don't have the time to be arguing with stupid people. Like, I don't have time for somebody to come in my comments, because could I ignore them? Yes, but sometimes I be like, who was you talking to on my video, and I be going off, we be arguing. So I don't know, because it's like you can't give constructive criticism without people acting like you're a hater. Like, oh, you're just a hater. That's what I'm saying. It's like, even in a situation where First Cow, one of my favorite ships, right? They're literally my second favorite ship, right? Ever, in BL in general. I'm not even talking about just amongst GMMTV. I'm talking about ever, throughout the whole BL industry. Me saying I don't know if I like the Invisible Dragon, people be mad about that. People on Twitter are already mad to me. How can y'all say y'all not gonna like it? Y'all just don't get media. Everybody has their own opinion. We're allowed to feel how we feel. Just because we love the ship doesn't mean we're gonna always love their shows. And that's just how I felt lately with First Cow. Like I said, even though I am looking forward to Cat for Cash, it's not gonna be nearly one of my favorite shows from them. My favorite shows from them will Only Friends and The Heart Killers. Especially The Heart Killer. So it's like, that's just how I feel about it. But it's like, you're allowed as a fan to not really like a show your favorite's doing. Like, I don't know why we're acting like we're not allowed to, and we're allowed to have opinions. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. But that's why I feel like Pond and Pooin has just like went up for me so much. Like I said, I already, when I first like got into BL, knew who they were and liked them, but it got really significantly worse when I watched Never Let Me Go, and then We Are came out, and I became so obsessed with them, and then this, and it's just like, yeah, and then Replay, I can't deny, they're eating the fuck down. They are. No, they are. They doing a thing. So I'm happy that we have more GLs coming next year. This is about to be insane. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna do my best to keep up with all this shit. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think I should start some of these shows, because when I be reacting to 50 million shows, because it's normal even this year to be watching so many stuff at once, because so many BLs and GLs coming out, but it's like even more are coming out next year. We are already, just alone from the announcement from GMMTV, Ichi, and WeTV, we have so many new shows coming out next year. And then y'all know I also watch K-dramas and C-dramas, and a lot of them have been announced for next year. So it's like, my schedule about to be packed with do reactions. This was like, if I start a show where I'm already like iffy about it, right, and I'm already like, I'm not sure if I like this, I'm gonna end up dropping it. It's gonna happen, or I'm gonna get behind on it, or it doesn't even have to take that, because it could be a show I love, but if they pissing me off or stressing me out, I'll be skipping weeks. I still gotta watch the last 2 episodes of the Wiki Game because they were stressing me out. I said I'm not doing it right now. I would do it on Saturday, and I will watch all 3 episodes, because you're not gonna stress me out and make me wait another week. I can't do that for multiple shows at once. I gotta finish Poison's Love too, same thing. Like, I would do that. I would get 2-3 weeks behind. Don't start getting on my nerves. So, if I'm not really enjoying the show as much, I would drop it. So that's what I'm saying. I low-key don't think I should start. The top 10, definitely doing. Ready for it. Kiss Me Remember, I'm gonna watch it. I'm really excited about that. Spooky Tale, of course I'm gonna watch it. The Invisible Dragon, I'm definitely watching it because of First Cow. Do I think I would drop it? I don't know. I'm sorry to say, I already know that if I started, I will probably drop like Write You Again, Good Boy Series, Roommate Chaos, Cupids Ghost, When Oranges Fall, and Unlucky Bay. I definitely would end up dropping those shows, because I don't even think I'm going to watch those. I'm sorry to say. So like, next year, the schedule is going to be insane. I'm going to do my best to keep up with everything, but sometimes I will be late. a day late, even a week late, but it will be there. Especially for all of the GMMTV shows, they're allowed to go on YouTube now. How it will be depends, because low key, Replay, Lovers and Gangsters, maybe even you Maniac is given, they gonna be low key NC heavy on a GMMTV scale, not like it ain't gonna be like the Monday or like nothing but crazy with that. But so it probably would end up being like the Heart Killers, how I like would cut that out, because I don't really post NC scenes on my on my channel. It depends. The most raunchy it got was My Golden Blood on YouTube. Other than that, I'd be on Patreon. So yeah, but usually with stuff goes on YouTube, I usually try to prioritize Patreon stuff. So it will be there. Yeah, it will be there. I'm watching this one. I'm just saying it because I can already see it now. Like 20 shows on air at once, and I'm over here behind, and people are like, what the next episode? Look, I got it. I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. So that was my recap and thoughts about GMMTV Jesus, 2026. I was gonna post this in parts. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and edit the two freaking videos together. It is gonna be almost a 2 hour long video, and it's gonna take forever to upload to Patreon and YouTube, but it will be there when it get up. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.